Okay, so you spent, can I say the numbers?
Yeah.
Okay. She spent $9,100, $9,152 on shopping in 3 months. Welcome to another episode of Cash Cuties, a podcast about money, personal finance, and, of course, how to be sexy and hot while making money. I'm your co-host, Steffie, Baik. And I'm Fumi Abe. I'm just kidding. Fumi is not here. Unfortunately, he's on tour. He's making the big bucks, and we're going to miss him so dearly. But we are going to have a very special guest soon. If you're listening on your Apple Pod app, please leave us a review, hit follow on Spotify, and sub to our YouTube channel for the video version of this podcast. All the links are available in the episode description below. Quick shout out to our Dono Daddies. Brett with $10. Thank you so much. Very generous. Jennifer G with $5. Thank you, Mama. And if you want a shout out on this podcast and bonus content, please check out patreon.com/cashcutiespod. It is the best way to support this business and for us to continue to make amazing content for y'all. Well, good talking to you guys, and we'll be back with the guest. Our special guest today is model, business owner, LA cool girl, MINJI!
Drum roll.
Yeah! Oh my God, I'm so excited to have you on.
Yay, thanks for having me.
Of course, here, put this
really excited.
Yeah,
and here.
I feel like I see you literally everywhere. Like you're like the girl, Nike girl. You are like the Porsche girl. You are I feel like any city I'm going to, I see some sort of like poster or something. And then I'm like, I feel at home. It reminds me of home. And I'm so
sweet.
Yeah. I feel like you're an amazing representative for us. Korean girls, but also LA girls. Like I don't know. I'm just like so proud of you.
And we've been doing this for a long time. Put that out there. Yeah, so sweet. I feel the same way whenever I see like your ads. It's so funny. Like once you get into this industry, it's like commercials and all of that stuff. It's like now all I see are faces, you know, when if you like go to the mall, I'm like boom boom boom. Or like it's cool.
It's really cool, and it's surreal. It feels like, I don't know if because you've been doing this for really, like you've done over 10 years?
Like 10 years.
So you started very young when you were doing this. Do you feel like a lot's changed in terms of just generally what's changed about the industry?
Ooh, I feel like it's changed so much. I mean, you could go off about this for a while, but I mean, I think a lot of like beauty standards and just what people are looking for nowadays, like I don't know, it's
more diverse.
So diverse. I feel like growing up, same with you, it's like what we used to watch, like America's Next Top Model, or like looking at magazines. It was always like this standard of what a model is, where now it's cool because it's literally like anybody you could see walking down the street, or you know, like all shapes and sizes, all these different ethnicities.
Like the hot word is, you know, inclusive.
Yeah.
They like to say that. Do you feel as if it is inclusive, or if they're just like, they know that this is part of like a game they have to play? Like it is like part of quotas that they're meeting. And if it is, if you feel a certain way about it.
I think it's kind of both, because I think it's like there were certain brands that I think you can tell it's like genuine, you know what I mean? And like you can tell that they're like for the people, and they want to like represent, you know, like all these different markets, I guess. But then, you know, when, for example, like Victoria's Secret, like, come on, they were a little late to like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they were so much later doing it, but it's because they saw everybody else trying to.
Yeah, and also,
you know what
like,
I mean?
Right, and I think that the guy that started it, or like the CEO, got canceled for like being kind of You hear this a lot in the industry. And then all of a sudden it's like they got like a facelift, quote unquote facelift of like all of a sudden there's like new, different models who
whole different art direction and branding and stuff. But it's kind of like, I feel like the people, or like whoever their audience is will always like show, I don't know, like I feel like it always kind of comes back to them and it like shows who your real like audience is, you know what I mean? Because it's like, I don't know, I feel like after that whole shift happened, I feel like
it also gave other businesses, companies like a chance to like also come up. Like I felt like Fenty came up really hard during that time when like different other underwear brands. A Parade, I feel like was another one. Have you shot no, they just sent me things, but I've never actually I haven't modeled for them. I know but I've seen many people like our friends model. Have you done that? Have you done?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, but
you should hire us.
Oh my god, can I talk about that? Can I talk about how I actually first met you? Was actually the first time was you were helping a friend with like a piece of clothing that they were like it was like a merch for Dumb. And that was the first time I had met you, and I was like, oh my god, this person is I was like being weird, and I was
with
like,
his the jerseys.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm the stylist, but I feel like whenever you're like a model, you kind of do a lot of other type. You try so many different jobs, and I was like, at the moment, I was like, I'm the stylist, but I was like, you
just say yes to it all. You just want to wear, do whatever to
it's not even for the money. It's just like I almost feel like as me being a model, I feel like it's given me opportunities to like try other creative aspects because my friends are also creative that I, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
You get to
almost, it's like school too, almost. I feel it is. I feel like at least for me, it's like I've tried everything else like outside of the little model, like in the same world, but like stylist assisting, like PAing, production assisting, or like all that, but I'm kind of like, oh, which one after this is over? I'm like, do any of these kind of like,
did you like it? Right, like it's like, did you enjoy
like meeting? It's like in the same field, and you get to meet a lot of the same people. But it's like saying yes to stylists. Okay, so we actually, I think it was like during the pandemic or a little towards the end of the a few months in after we like went out for an audition together for a commercial, a big fast food chain. Can I say what it is? McDonald's. Yeah. And they were looking for like groups of friends. And when they say that, it's usually like groups of friends that look kind of different or like, you know what I mean? But similar. Yeah. Just, they want like a flavor of each. Yeah. Like, I think it's like they're trying to find these like genuine interactions. And like interesting people that have like cool groups of friends and stuff.
And like it was like a drive-through commercial in a car, and so like we have to look like we're having fun. I think I think they had us like sing a song, like a Celine Dion
dancing and stuff. We killed that audition.
We killed it enough to get a call back. Okay,
yes. I think two different call.
We made it to the second callback, which means that it's essentially that was probably the day they were going to make the decision. Yes. Okay, so guess what I do? I break my ankle literally in two places. And see, I still have the little scars.
Oh no! I've never seen your scar.
I mean, it's kind of I kind of like it. I don't know. I kind of like it, but I think I also just told
oh my god.
Yeah. So anyways, when that happened, I felt so bad that I thought about, I was like, oh my god, after the gym, because it happened at the gym, I put a fucking foot brace on because my trainer Danny was like, oh, maybe it's fine. And I was like, oh yeah, maybe it is fine, except I can't stand on it, but it's probably it must be just like, fractured or like, not fractured. What is the word? Like sprained, like not a big deal.
Oh god.
And so I call like MINJI. I'm like, oh my god, I don't know if I broke it, but I don't think so. So I'm going to come. So I drive, instead of going to urgent care or the ER, I was like, no, I could do this. I don't know.
Oh
just
my God,
forget
I feel
it.
So bad that I even did that.
No. So I went and I did the call. We did the call back, right?
You guys I remember I had a job and you guys came and met me drove
like an hour.
Yeah. just for our Zoom callback, while she has a broken ankle.
Yeah. Did the smiley face, sang Bad Bunny, I think. I think Celine Dion with the broken ankle. And so sad. I was like, I got to do this for the friends, and I got to do it for the money. I got to do it for art. I got to do it for McDonald's. I got to do, right? I was like, all the things.
I need to pay my rent.
I got to pay my rent. But most of all, I'm not a quitter. Anyways.
So proud.
So stupid.
But also, it's like, so like she has broken foot.
Right. And then so I think I tell them at the audition, I'm like, we did a great fucking job, by the way. And I was like, oh, we got this. But then I was like, oh wait, maybe I should go to the doctors after. So I tell the production I'm going to go to the doctors, and then they're like, they call us because I think they were going to maybe give us the job.
We were on standby,
which is big.
Standby means like you pretty much have it, but you're like the backup, right?
Oh, really?
Is it?
I thought
like
no.
Standby is like, it's like the yet to be confirmed.
To be confirmed.
Yeah.
But backup, like it's like.
Oh, you're right.
We don't know exactly if we're number 2 or if we're number 1. We just know we're within the 2, like probably the 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
That
close.
Was about to be. We were runner-ups, right. Okay, right?
Yeah.
Like we were somewhere there. But they call and they're like, oh, this person on is actually someone on production, I think the director or something, has like some sort of autoimmune disease where if we go to the hospital, there's a chance that we can, during COVID, it was the height of COVID. Yeah. I can get COVID because I'm going to the hospital. So like, let us know, are you going to the hospital? Actually, now that I think about it, I wonder if that was like allowed. I don't know. Who knows? But anyways, that's probably why we didn't get it, but we could have booked that. God, have you seen the commercial?
Yeah, I remember that.
You did?
I haven't seen it. Did I not send it to you when it came out? This was a few years ago.
Who was it?
This was a few years ago. It was like these really young. We also
were they Asian?
I don't think so. We could honestly find it, but I'll find it.
Okay,
I
don't know why
later, but yeah, it's fine. But I'm glad that we have our audition
and our health.
Yeah, and our health and your ankle. I mean, because honestly, it's like your.
That's probably more important. But it was annoying because it was.
I'm so sorry.
And then I was like, "Oh, Minji hates me, and she's never gonna want to work on another commercial with me."
No, I feel like we shouldn't have even. We should have just cut it off.
No, dude, you would have probably done the same. Like no, like I just feel like we. I don't know. I would have done it no matter what. Yeah. Like I would have gone.
I would have been like, "What ankle?"
Yeah, exactly.
Been like backflip, front flip.
Dude, I think I have a really strong pain tolerance because, like, I did. Have you done a cold plunge before?
Yeah, you did the other day.
Oh, did you do it for a long time? Did you?
If someone's talking me through it, I think I can like hang. But like somebody just has to like tell me everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah, right. Like also basically take your mind off of the thing.
Like do a little meditation or something. With you.
I did 20 minutes. That's no. So I thought that was good, right? Yeah. Because like no one at the gym is stopping me.
Yeah.
And then I find out that like I Googled it and they're like after 5 to 10 minutes of a cold plunge, it's got this what is it? What's the word? It diminishing effects.
Okay.
So it could actually be harmful for you.
Oh.
So I did that. I have no idea if like something is going on in my body now because I was just, shivering,
like, getting numb. And,
yeah, it was extremely numb, and for an hour, like literally, it took an hour for me to get back to like my regular body temperature state. Like,
what did your trainer say? He was just like, "Yeah, you're chilling." Like
they didn't want to give me credit for it happening, which is why I had to do it because I was like, it's like mostly guys in there, and I was like, I'm a fucking like it was like a competition. No one asked for the competition. It was me. Anyways, we gotta talk about money because we haven't been doing
money.
That commercial, do you think would have made us like a lot of money? I don't remember how much it was. I think it was like $10,000, something like that. Plus, it was SAG, right? Do you remember?
I don't. But I think it was it a Super Bowl commercial?
Yeah, something like that.
That we would have made a lot of money.
I want to talk a bit about your upbringing.
Yeah.
So you're Korean and white,
yes.
and you grew up in Utah.
Yes.
And I want to know what your thoughts on money were when you were younger.
Ooh. So my thoughts on money when I was younger. Money was honestly pretty stressful in my upbringing and in my like family life. My Korean side of the family, they immigrated like in the early 90s. And then I don't know, it was always really stressful.
Was it your mom's side?
Yeah, my mom's side of the family, but same with my dad, because like both my parents, neither of them made a lot of money. So I feel like, and like the Korean side of my family was always trying to like engrave in my head, like, this is the most important thing in the world and you need this to like survive. Yeah. But it was like sad. Like, I feel like it was always just really stressful, and they were always just like complaining about it, or like nothing was like ever enough. Or it was like, that was kind of like the main stressful part, I think, always in our household, was like, it was never enough, or it's like money problems or...
But it's always going to be an issue because it's not enough.
Exactly.
So like, no matter if you were successful, whatever the typical, like, say that you were, you know, like it wouldn't matter even if you met a certain threshold, because it's like,
absolutely, it's like not good enough.
Yeah. Do you feel like that means that you've kind of kept that, like, as you gotten older, or since you started? How old were you when you started working?
I started working when I was 15. And I remember like being really young, and all I wanted to do was like work. Like I was like, if I could just like not go to school and I could just work all the time. Cause I like didn't want to, I think like seeing my parents always so stressed out about money, and like made me never want to rely on them. So I was always like, I wanted
independence from yourself.
Yeah. I like always like, I'm going to make my own money, so I never have to like ask you guys, but like in a like snobby way,
like a fuck you way?
Yeah, kind of, because I was like, I never want to like rely on you.
Do you feel like they were controlling with, like, a lot of parents are like this, where they're just like, you don't get to do this or that, like you don't get to go to, you know, whatever, unless you do this other thing. Like, was it always like a power move with money?
Oh yeah, like, absolutely. My mom was like a complete power control freak, so like and it would be with, that's like relatable. It's so annoying. Like, she'd take away my phone like every other day, or like or even if it was there'd be times when because I started working when I was like 15, where she would take away my card, like my card, and it'd be my own money, and I'd be livid. She'd be like, "You're my mom will never see this, but she'd
because
be like,
you're a minority."
Well,
I mean, not a minority. What's the word?
Because I'm her kid.
What's the word? You're her
dependent, or her
dependent.
Yeah, if she got really pissed,
minority?
She'd be no, it's not minority.
It's a maybe, okay, whatever, dependent.
But yeah, she'd be like, "You're my kid. I could do whatever I want." Dark. Wait, but I'd be like, "This is my money that I made. Like, what are you? You know, just like see." It's like
control. It's like Britney Spears. You're basically Britney Spears.
Oh God, yeah. This is rough.
Did you move out at some point?
Yeah, I moved out right when I was 16, my senior year. I was working 3 jobs. I was only going to school for like, I would go like take tests pretty much. But I like moved in. I was like working an hour away from where like my high school was, and I would go sleep on my best friend's sister's couch with her husband, like at their apartment, and then I would like work.
Wait, what was your first job?
So first job, I'm trying to remember which one. I used to work at a birthing center. I was a host. Yeah, crazy.
What?
That's probably the weirdest job I've had too.
Wait, what do you mean a birthing center?
Like a birthing center with like doulas.
What?
Yeah. So
in Utah?
In Utah.
Like, but it wasn't like Mormons that were giving birth. Were there?
I mean, I'm sure there were Mormons giving birth.
I don't know.
There's a lot of Mormons in Utah.
Wait, what the hell? What was your
just
job?
Like a birthing center. I would clean.
No.
I was clean birthing centers.
No.
There'd be like placentas just like on the table. It was wild.
MINJI.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Wow. I'm impressed.
Yeah, it's like so random.
Wow, that's like
was that my job? I was trying to think.
I can't believe you cleaned people's like blood and like
I mean, it wasn't not like this close, but like after they would give birth. This sounds gnarly, guys.
What does it look like? What is I don't know what the placenta.
But like the doulas, like there'd be like nurses there, like they would clean up most of it, and it was like I would go and like do that, like after they gave birth, and like.
Wait, if you were underage, does that mean that they paid you under the table, or was it like, or were you okay?
No.
Or can you? I don't even know what the age is.
I don't think it was a big deal that I was like 15, 16. Look, I'm trying to. Am I allowed to swear? Oops.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm trying to think. now I'm trying to, because I think that was when I was 16, but what did I do when I was 16? I'm trying to remember. I was probably like a hostess now that I think about it. But I was like, I remember there was one point where I had 3
what kind
jobs.
Of hostess?
I worked at a Japanese, is it like hibachi? Is that what it's called? When they like do the tricks.
Oh, but like a hostess, like
hostess at like a restaurant. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a hostess.
Yeah. Like a Benihana style.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Like teppanyaki.
Teppanyaki. Yeah. That was the name of the spot. I was a hostess there.
Wow. Wait, did you have to do? I don't know.
They made me wear the kimono.
I knew it. Of course
they did. They made me wear a kimono in the front, and people would always be like, "You look so cute up here," and I'd be like, "Oh, how many people?"
Oh my god. So when did you get into modeling?
I got into modeling when I got like in LA, I guess like right when I moved here when I was like 18.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to school at the University of Utah, and then I went for a semester, and then I kind of had like a meltdown, was like, I need to like, this is going to be my life, or I could try moving to LA, and like wasn't totally set on like modeling, but because I wasn't sure if I was too short or not. I'm like 5'6". We lie and say I'm 5'7" on a good day. And
Cash Cuties they won't tell anyone.
Thanks, guys. Keep my secret. Stay a cutie. But yeah, I like didn't have like crazy expectations because I also didn't know the market or anything and knew if I had a chance. But when I was 18, I think after a few months after I moved here, I got signed with my agency Photogenics, who I'm still with now.
Wow. You've been with the same company.
Crazy.
Wow. And you knew off top that they were the one for you then when you met with all of them?
I mean, they were so nice, but like the first couple of years I wasn't really working that much, and so I was scared every week
of course
that they were going to drop me, because I was like, I'm not making you money. So I'm like, why is it worth like it having me on your board if I'm not making and you're just like wasting time
I think
me. This is my insecurities, you know.
I think a lot of models feel that way, because they're like, why would you have me on there? But it's not, to be honest, they're not really, I don't know if they're doing much. It's not like they're like, you know, like all they're doing is like what they do is like they send out if like a company like, I don't know, Hydro Flask reaches out to our modeling agency, they're like, hey, we're doing an ad, we want a campaign, we need 5 girls that kind of look like this, right? Or within this height or this race, which I don't even know if that's legal. Is that normal? Whatever it is, they do that, right? And then they'll send out a package of the girls that fit those criterias, and then those people, and then Hydro Flask will
go from there.
From there, we'll choose the girls, and then that's typically
they just
how
like
it works.
Coordinate and like negotiate rates.
Yeah.
And blah blah blah. Yeah.
But I've realized like sometimes I'm negotiating the rates. I don't know if you do that. Well, they'll like come to you and be like, like say they're like, hey, they want a day rate for like $1,500, and I'm like, what? No, like I just did this other thing, and they're like, I was like, can you ask for like 25? And they're like, it might not work. I'm like, can you just ask?
Yeah. And does it work?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
It is, but it's also like, why
are you I'm
not
like,
saying
you should
every
be
agency.
fighting for
Yes. So like I think that agencies that have like had more experience, or I don't know what it is, like some agencies just, or like their agents are just like, you know, they fight for the person, or they know that the model is like unique enough, or whatever it is, like that they should be able to like do a better job. But sometimes I feel like I'm the one negotiating it, so I feel weird about that. And then
that's good that you're like standing up for yourself, because that's like a big thing,
but I get nervous
like
I used to get nervous that they won't like me because I'm like not
standing up and you're making
right.
You're like having
then I'm questioning
a voice.
But then the thing is like what I learned is like when I go onto these certain jobs, like I'll find out from other models from other agencies who are also booked on the same job that you're not necessarily, I guess it's bad taste to be talking about how much you're making, but I kind of feel like that's also a way for they tell us that. Like, it's not like models don't want to talk about it. It's like everyone else is saying don't talk about it. But I think it's because it's like then they all lose money. Yeah. And really, it's like should be about us. And models don't really have a union.
That's true.
Right? Yeah. Like they have, I feel like
there's
they
like
should
nobody to protect us.
Nobody.
And like, obviously, I think our agents obviously care about us and stuff. But there's also like a lot of shit that I think happens that we aren't protected by. Or like, also it's like, who knows if you go on set with somebody that says who they think, like there needs to be a union.
There needs to be someone to back us up. And like I don't know if have you ever had like do you have a weird like story on set, like anything?
Oh like, yes, I feel like there's so many. I mean, not like probably recent, but like probably like my early 20s. And I think like before the Me Too movement, that was
creepy stuff.
Yeah, kind of. Is that what you meant, or what do you mean?
No, literally anything. Like I was talking about like for me, I just recently did a shoot, like a big company, but it was kind of hectic, and they were a company from a different country, and I felt like there was just like a lack of there was a lot of miscommunication, and things weren't necessarily organized because of that, and so. It's just it was just like everyone was like it was just a hectic energy, You've worked those jobs, and the girl, like I was putting my shoes on and my clothes on at the same time because I was next to be shot, and like the hairstylist like burnt me, and I have like a scar from it, right? But who do I tell, right? So I told my modeling agency, but they're like, I don't know, it didn't feel like genuinely like they were just like, oh, so is this because you're gonna sue them? And I was like, right? And I was like, no, it's not because I'm gonna sue them. Like I understand that people make mistakes, that happens, but our industry is about how we look, like, so I would like some advice. This has never happened to me. Can you give me some advice? And I think it depends also on what agents you have within the agency. I don't really think it's always about the agency. And I know they always have my back, but it's also like, can you guide me through some of this stuff? Yeah.
Like what, is there? Yeah.
Yeah. What
just
happens?
Some sort of solution or like somebody that I can speak to.
But I have to, what do I do? I'm just like, I don't want to be a hassle to anyone, which is like I think the problem in this industry is like, you don't want to get cut from things because you're hard to work with.
Yeah, or being difficult.
Or that you have an opinion for God. Like I don't know if that, like I got into this industry really later in my life. So like, I don't know a lot of the ins and outs. And sometimes I ask you for, I have to ask you like questions about like, is this the right rates? Like, I don't know. Like, and it's always not the right rate. When I talk to MINJI, but you've been doing this for a long time. So I'm like, oh, I should be asking for way more. Like, like I don't, and it's, I'm like, we're different people and I get that, but it's like, it's good to know. I really think I think models should talk more about that.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Cause I think it's putting like at the end of the day, they're trying to make like everybody quiet so they can like negotiate the rates. But also it's like, I feel like it has happened a lot on jobs where
totally
it is kind of a norm to obviously like not talk about it. But then it's like, you'll find out that another model is getting paid like either way more or way less, and then it kind of is just like this confusion of being like everybody's pointing at each other being like, wait, but what, like why? It definitely turns into like not being
and
equal.
I think right, and at first I used to compare it. I was like, oh, is it because they're with this agency or that agency, or is it because they have a certain look and that person doesn't have a certain look and this and that, and you start comparing, but you realize it doesn't mean like just because you're from a better agency doesn't mean you're getting paid more. Just because like you are like 2 feet taller doesn't mean you're getting paid more. It's literally just so. I think a lot of it has to do with the agent fighting for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right.
And like being like, this is their,
What else do you think it is? Like, I think it's
that, and like whoever is maybe in charge of like, of whatever the rates, or sorry, whatever the photo shoots like budget is. And it's them trying to negotiate. Cause it's also, I think like, whether it's like the producer or whoever, it's like them trying to like, if they have one big budget and they're trying to like or at least this is how I'm thinking of it. If I was
so
like
if
a
it's
producer,
if they're like $10,000 for
and being
models.
like, I have XXX, like, and they're trying to fit it all in this, but it's like they're just trying to like make it fit in their formula, you know,
right.
Which is like sometimes I feel like and that's when I mean, in our case, I think it goes down to like having an agent being like, nope, well, we're not going to go like underneath this number, or I don't know, but yeah, like the whole thing just ranges.
It also doesn't matter how hot you are. Can I say that part? Because would you agree with this? It's not about how, I mean, yes, obviously that matters too, but I can also say like, just because you're hotter, and I think a lot of, or whatever, more beautiful, or whatever you think like the industry standard of beauty is, doesn't necessarily mean you get paid more. I think it could also be like, these days, a lot of it has to also come down to social media followings, right? They want to like hire an influencer because now they have social media platforms that they need to make ads for, which they don't. I notice, like, I don't know about you, but like I feel like sometimes they try to like, that's not even like paid extra now. It's almost like part, I don't know, maybe like my agency, sometimes they're just like, well, that's an extra, that's like every job now has social media, so it's not like you should expect to be paid more. But I'm like, no, but I'm literally doing a job for a different platform for you now, which if that company hired me directly for, you know, off of TikTok or Instagram, I would be getting paid even more now than maybe I would as a model for that job.
But are they saying like you make your own content on the side for it, or on the day of the set when you're making? Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess you're right, because they're just including that in the day rate. But I think it's like whether you're like at home making content for them, or I don't know. Everybody does things so differently. But I have a friend recently who she's she's in charge of her socials completely. So like she does her modeling thing, but if she gets any jobs like on like her own through just her socials, like that's hers. Like her agency can't, but it's also she's like, why? Like she's like, I'm doing all the work, I'm doing it from home. I'm like
that way,
making these
because that's almost like you're getting paid for as being like a model / content creator, separate from like the campaign you're doing with the production, right?
Yeah.
So that's cool. Have you done any jobs like that? Like content creating jobs, like personal for your socials?
Not really. I should probably.
I know.
I've like the last few years, I've like told myself, I'm like, you're gonna get better at this. You're gonna get better at this. But like I already feel like I use my Instagram for like mostly modeling stuff and like being like working stuff. And I was like, I should probably tried to like run with the making content and stuff, but I just have, you know,
there's so much money.
There's so much money,
dude. We could,
and I like get, I don't know why. It's like my ego and like, but not like being like it's because have so much anxiety. Yeah. That I'm like, even when I post a modeling photo, I'm like, like, do I delete it? You know, I'm like, is this dumb? Do I look stupid? Then if I make my own also it's like stuff that I'm making with a whole team. Yeah. With like hair, makeup and stuff. I like feel like I can't even post.
Isn't that funny? Because like
so dramatic.
It's dramatic, but it's so funny because in the end, it's almost like how you have to be your own boss, and you have to choose to like. I think it's like it's hard. Like I get it because it's like you have to be your own boss, and you have to like sometimes if another company is using my images, there's a part of me like I'm glad I'm not part of the choosing process because I don't want to look at them after. Like I just want them like it's easier done. When I just like let go after the work is done. Yeah, you choose the picture because I might like literally like stand over the pictures like analyzing like some random thing like that my hair like the one hair is like sticking out like this, right? For sure. Like and then I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Like that's not even. You guys
do this, yeah. I'm done.
But I think that's for me. It's because I'm a Virgo, and I'm a perfectionist in some ways. I'm not even a perfectionist, but it's like this internal struggle with that I'm always like, oh, like this
could have been that,
and it's like, oh, but this color, whatever. But do you have so you said that was your weirdest job? It's like being a working at the clinic. Yeah, that was your center. Weirdest job. Do you remember ever buying like buy anything weird when you first started making money? Like, or not weird, but like a big purchase you
Ooh,
made?
Okay. You know, I'm trying to remember like when I first started like kind of making money, my first purchase where I was like, I'm getting that 'cause it's nice for me.
Mm-hmm.
And because when I first moved to LA, I didn't have a place to stay really. So I like crashed at one of my best friend's houses, and who's like my sister now, but she like let me sleep in her bed for like 2 years. And then we graduated, and then we still lived in the same, we like shared a room, but then I like had my own bed. But I remember when I like first kind of started making a little bit of money, I was like, I'm gonna buy a nice duvet cover. Like that was like my weird like treat yourself to, I don't even remember what it was.
That's cute. It's like
no,
comfort.
It was cute. Yeah, it was like a comfort, being like, you deserve this now.
Oh,
like nice.
How much was it?
I don't, but I'm sure it was like $200 or $300. But like
that's pretty expensive.
Yeah,
but
for like not like a Target, like a Target. Like I was like, I'm getting like a like a CB2.
That's fancy. Like,
yeah.
And it's crazy to like think about not buying that for yourself, because you do use it like every day. And you buy duvets like once every. I haven't changed my duvet in like 5 freaking years. Like it's gross. It's musty in there though.
Let's go see. Let's go see.
I like that you want to look. You're like, hey, let me sniff around here.
But this is like, you know, like 2000. This is like so long ago. But this like early.
Yeah, that
20s.
thing is now, that $200 thing is now worth probably $500, like with inflation.
Oh yeah. I mean, but then it's like, yeah, funny, and now like with getting a big bed and like just all of that. But
yeah,
I don't know. I've probably spent money on a lot of silly things.
How about cars?
Cars.
Do you spend money on cars? Like
we both have a Jeep.
I know.
Jeep gals.
I was inspired by you and Greena.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God.
It was because I think I had just talked to you guys, and I had just sold my car.
Okay.
And you guys told me you guys got a freaking good deal.
Yeah.
Do you remember that during the pandemic?
It was a good deal. It was a good deal though, right?
It was such a good deal. I got the good deal.
Yeah.
Because how much? I think I paid like $314 a month for that car, and they gave me the wrong car. They gave me the wrong car. But I put a 5,000,
like 408.
But did you put in a down payment?
I did put a down payment.
I put $5,000. Did you do something?
I put like I think 6,000.
Okay, so we got. But
it was a good, because I think even was it last year, the year before, I went into the Jeep to see like how much the newer Jeeps were, and they were like, "Oh my God, this is a crazy deal that you got," and I was like, "Yeah, it was during." Like I was pretty much like, oh, I can't beat that.
No, do you know they're like if you want to get a lease on one of those, it's like $700 or something, like $600-700.
Oh yeah,
something like that. So I extended my lease. Did you end up buying? I forget what you said.
I'm on the. I have to figure out.
You still have to figure it out.
I have to figure it out because I think my lease is coming up. But that's good to know that you could just extend it.
Oh, well, okay. I extended it, but to extend it, they changed the rate, so it's $430 instead of $314. So it's like another $100. Whatever.
Still pretty good. Like
it's
like
fine.
A good, nice.
For 6 months only, though. You can't extend it that long. The longest that you could extend it is 6 months.
Oh shit.
Depending, I'm with Ally Bank.
Yeah.
So they were like, that's the most. But I just needed that leeway to think about what my next car is, and I'm like, I like the Jeep, but I don't want to. It's such a gas. It's been. I looked at your payments for your gas, by the way, because I saw your credit cards. I'm right. It's $100. It's like $113 these days to fill that tank up.
Yeah. Also, oh my God, getting into it, I was like so scared when I sent you my.
No, there's not much. There's like really not much in. But we're gonna talk about it. We'll get into it.
I was so scared. So I was like, I should be better about it, but I was like, I don't look at any of it. But that's why I was kind of like. I was like, Steffie's gonna get me right. She's gonna get me right. And like, this is something I should care about.
If Fumi was here, he'd give you a spanking. That's what he always says. Yeah. So I'm like,
did he say that? Did he say that on a podcast?
Yeah, shout out to Fumi. Can you say that? You can say whatever on our podcast, literally. You do commercial jobs, and commercial jobs pay a lot of money. Like, would you say you make a good living? You bought a house.
I did buy a house.
You're very young. She's a lot younger than me, and she's already a homeowner, and it's a nice house. She's fully like renovated very nicely. You're obviously killing it. Like,
thank you.
In this industry. And I think like when I hear your rates, I'm like, what? I was like, what am I doing? Like, I literally increased my rates, like, or asking for more because of this is what I mean.
Amazing.
Talking about these
that's
things,
amazing.
right?
Yeah.
but also knowing, like, when you get into this, and no one is teaching you anything. Like, nobody. You have to just talk to your friends and find out.
Yeah, and like hopefully you have good group of friends, or like good. And that's the other thing too. It's like with my agents, like I've been with them for a long time, but like I think I do have really great agents that like fight for me, or they'll be like, things that I don't even think that I'm like really, like I'm like I like to work, and I'm down to, like, if I'm not working, to like do whatever, but they're like, nope, like we'll only do a job for like this amount or whatever. So having people to protect you and like having a good team, I think, is really important.
Totally. You need people who like really believe in you and stand for you. So with all this money, you invested some of your money. What other things have you done to like, or what are your like future plans with the money you've made? Do you have? I
mean, I think getting a house obviously was like the biggest.
It's so sick.
Yeah, like I remember I was like, I had a goal in my head that I was like, if I'm making good money with modeling, I'm gonna save also I think with the money I was very good at like keep trying to save it like as much as I can, because I was always scared that somebody was going to take it from me. You know, it's like that like fear, but I think it's from like growing up with like not having like.
Wait, do you think your parents are going to take your money? Like the way she took your credit card. I mean, like that's
kind of a trick. I mean, like, because like with my Korean family too, that is like the only conversation they bring up is like how, you know, which is also, I'm like, I don't know if it's just like their way of showing love,
asking for
and, like,
money,
speaking and stuff, but not like asking, but I think it's like their only thing that they like know how to talk, like what to talk about with it. It's really sad, but it's true. It's like they like don't know what else to talk to me about, but we just have like we just have an interesting
Do you feel like when you make more money, they love you more? Yes. On a deeper sense.
And like my worth and everything. Like, do you know how many? Oh my God, yes. They have
this
like
is deep.
Completely. I mean, they like when I was a teenager and stuff, they would disown me all the time. They would think I was like going to be nothing. Like they were like, you're going to be like a loser, blah blah blah. Like they just thought I was a little bad kid. And then once when I moved to LA, I didn't tell them. I like ran away to LA and started. Yeah, I like canceled my cards, like changed my phone number. Wanted like nothing to do with them. Yeah, it's like,
dude, that's like so cool of you. Yeah. You were a little rebel. You like ran away from home, and like, you're like,
this. Yeah. But then once I started making more of a living with modeling and was able to like, that was kind of another, I think, like fire inside of me, was to like prove that I could like do what makes me happy. And like I also don't need them, and I'm okay, you know, and like I can, which is fun. I feel like with a lot of creatives, it's funny if you grow up in a household where you don't have like supportive parents, but it's like really pushing this like fire inside of you. It's like, I want to prove like that I can do what I love and be okay, and like make a life out of this. And like I'm okay, and just because I'm not living your dream, that's cool and that's fine. But like I think with modeling, that was nice with me, because I think once I was able to be like, I am doing good, especially after I like bought a house, you know, like they're always like like that's good. Like that's literally it. They're like, that's nice.
They're probably like so ecstatic inside.
Yeah, I think they also just like don't show me that they're stoked, but
yeah, isn't that wild? Parents are so weird. Parents are like, if we show them too much, they won't work as hard. I really think that's what it is. They're just like,
it's like that tough love.
That tough love thing.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So you were able to make a really good living. And right now you have like a new business. You're going to start a new line with your friends, right?
Yeah. Starting a new clothing line brand called Gumi with my best friend Karina. Hopefully everything will be out in November, but we're super excited about it.
Yeah, make that money.
Yeah, so that's like another good, like, it's something that I've been investing in the last few months, so I'm excited to see it all.
How much money does it take to start a business like that? Well, the thing is, I know that Greena also, like, she works in this industry, so it's a little like she probably knows ins and outs of certain things.
Oh yeah, like numbers wise and like all that.
But
stuff.
What do you think, like a person is like a regular person? Well, not a regular, like someone who's trying to like also start something like this. How much money do you think that it would normally take somebody?
I don't know. I think it honestly depends. Like I know, like obviously we're getting made everything in LA, but it's like if you get it made overseas, I know it's like a lot cheaper, but also it's like how many like styles you have, how many units you're gonna make. But we're starting pretty small because we just would rather like see how it goes instead of making like a lot and that also that makes me feel better instead of like, because this is an investment for me and it's been so much fun and like I've enjoyed the whole process, but also it is very scary because it's like a new chapter. But I don't know, I think it can honestly range, but we're definitely putting like, can I
start something with like 20K?
Yeah, I think so, for sure.
Yeah. And then but like when you say smaller pieces, you're like making like 50 pieces or like 20 pieces?
Oh, we're making like, I think we're starting off making like 30. Okay. I think at first we were like maybe 50, and then I think we kind of saw the numbers, and I was even the one being like, let's take it back, because I was like, if anything, I would rather sell out and then like make more. And especially if she has my best friend and business partner, she has like her own production studio, so it's like easy. Like we're both really lucky to, I think, especially also going into this, is like I feel like we both have a lot of friends and like access to
that's
like,
so sick.
You know, it's like a really cool opportunity.
Right. You're gonna know how to like, you already know how to do the marketing element of it all.
Yeah. And it's all gonna be a lot of learning too. But it's like I would rather start smaller and then like sell out and build and do that than like all of a sudden have all these styles that we're like sitting on and we're like, oh my god, we have like 100 of these tank tops that we need to sell. Yeah. So and like, let's see how it goes, because we still haven't done it yet. But
are you gonna model the clothes?
I think eventually. It's funny because a lot of people have been asking that, but not really. I think I'm kind of a model. I think I'm just ready. I don't know if you feel the same way with modeling. I think I'm like I'm so grateful to have been modeling the last like 10 years, but I'm also like so ready for like a transition out of it, where I'm like, sometimes when I'm on set and I see them shooting another model, I'm like, you look great. Like I'm like, I would rather kind of be behind the scenes almost and like be doing other stuff than like being, I don't know, but maybe I'm just like not that inspired lately.
I think most or a lot of models I speak to feel like it's a limited job. Like there's up to a certain point, whether it's because you just don't want to anymore, or you find something else more interesting, or you have multiple other things going as you model. Like a lot of models I meet have multiple careers. Yeah. Like it's, you know, it's not only modeling, unless like, I don't know, maybe even like I would think like really top models, like I always feel like they have other avenues of like work that they do, because it's I see that a lot, and I think it makes sense that you're not feeling as inspired right now because you've been doing it for a while. Yeah. And
but I'm still like, you know, want to take those jobs as they come and stuff. I think I just don't want to like make it, I think like chasing, I don't know. I'm also just feel like I'm like getting older and like, I don't know, like chasing beauty like really sometimes gets to me. God, you know, I'm like so hard. I'm like, I don't want to like compete to be this, like when you go into the room, it's also all looks, like you're getting judged all on your looks and your personality, and then like it messes up your mental health and like my self-worth. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to like fight for their attention, you know? Yeah.
It's like, it is extremely, I mean, as grateful as I am. Yeah, we're both like grateful. We're so grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you to the people. Universe, but also imagine if you were probed and prodded based on the way you look, especially in this digital age. I know a lot of people who are not models who are complaining, like just people, day-to-day people, like literally my banker was like, oh my God, I'm aging. Like I see wrinkles. Like I can't take selfies. Like, yes, regular people talking about this because we're on the digital age where everything is on social media and like your face is the main thing. And it's like, but we're doing this like every day and it's literally how you make a living. It's like stressful stressful. Yeah, it's stressful because you don't know, like sometimes if you don't get the job, why did I get the job? Yeah. What in the world?
And then you just spiraling.
There's times
like
of
with your like self, everything like comes back to your worth and it sucks.
And having to like, for me, what's hard and why I have other forms of ways I make money is like, it's just when I'm on set, I feel like having to like look presentable to the clients and to everyone to be, it's almost like I'm playing good girl so that I'm easy to work with. Yeah. And that to me is tiring because I think I have a resting bitch face. I think to be honest, I think I'm a happy person, but I also can be a depressive person. And it is hard for me to, when I'm in those ruts, like doing this when I go home, like I'm like, I want to cry. Like I'm just like so tired.
Aww.
Do you get that?
I mean,
it's just
like
tiring.
This, like,
I don't know. Like
it's your acting. You're straight up acting.
You're acting.
Yeah, and you have to do this for your like well-being on set and like, totally.
But you know what? It's like, I guess every job kind of has that where you have to like show face. Like you have
be
to
presentable and
be presentable and like
have good energy and
like in my sales job, you know, I had to like up my energy and like
be bubbly and and it is a part of the job, you know.
Although I love like these days, I feel like when I go to like a McDonald's or not Starbucks, but McDonald's or something, or like certain shops, like they really just are like, like they don't care about people pleasing. They're like whatever. Yeah. I really fucking respect it. It is bad. Like obviously like a really bad, what do you call it? Like customer service. Yeah. Horrible.
Yeah.
But like when I look at them and they're these young kids doing that, I'm like, I respect you for not giving like a fuck about trying to like present yourself.
You're giving us your energy.
So save that shit for when you go home and you make your TikToks. Like, that's cool.
Put the energy where you want.
Yeah. And like go make, exactly. Yeah. So here, we're going to get into the analysis right now.
Yes, let's go. Okay.
Okay. Is this just one credit card, by the way?
This is one of many. But I mostly use this one.
Okay. So you sent me 3 months, about 3 months. Yeah. So this is based on 3 months. The top thing you spend money on is shopping, but that includes Amazon, which I don't know exactly like what you're buying. It's like, you know, like whatever purchases at like Target, like which could be all various sorts of things. Yeah. Your second thing, highest thing is groceries.
Okay.
That's a lot on groceries. You spent almost $2,300 on groceries within 3 months. That's a lot, isn't it?
A lot.
I spend I think I spent $200 or $300, but I know you cook a lot at home.
That is a lot on groceries.
Do you also, buy things
I'm
for
holy
set?
Shit, that's how much I spent on shop. No, but I kind of like me and my roommate will like you know what I mean? I'll like go and then she'll send me some. But that is really high though.
It's about $766 a month on groceries.
That is a lot.
It is, but you don't spend much money anywhere else. And then shopping.
Shopping also is funny because when I was looking at it, but like I know I took my sister I'll take my sister like back to school shopping. Oh. So I know like that's like I take her back to school shopping every year. So I remember there was like a bunch of random.
Okay, so you spent. Can I say the numbers? Okay, she spent $9,152 on shopping in 3 months. Sorry, my stomach is growling because I'm so hungry right now. So I broke down the shopping to find out exactly what that was. Yeah, you spent $6,000 on shopping, but I saw something there that was like for $3,000. Yeah. But it was with I think a company you're working with.
Oh,
so
you know
I
what?
assumed
That's a business business expense.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. But just because I wanted to make this crazy dramatic thing.
It's a bad form.
Yes, exactly.
So that's Sagrina Studio. Yeah. So that's a business.
I had a feeling. I didn't know how, but I was like, okay. The second, but I did see a little Prada situation.
Ooh, yeah. I treat myself to some.
Oh, yes. Okay. It was about, I think I have it on here. You spent like $500 something dollars, which is pretty cheap for that. That's cheap. $566.
And I have been wearing those sunglasses every day.
Sunglasses, yes. That's an investment. That's an investment.
And I fully was. I remember I was like, "Am I gonna regret?" I was in New York, and I was like, "Am I gonna regret?" And I wear those sunglasses a lot, and I love them
every day. It's worth every penny because sunglasses is one of those things you could splurge on because you wear it. Don't look at.
I was like, did I get charged twice from Farmer's Dog?
Hold on. You can't overlook it. She's getting excited because she's like, oh, Excel sheets. Okay.
I love that you're good at this because I'm like, don't know.
Dog. No. Within 3 months, you spent $739.91. That's a lot for dog food, but I think is it like fancy dog food?
It's fancy dog food, and my dog has a great coat, and I think it shows. But also, people literally have been over. They're like, your dog. Like, I would eat your dog's food.
Or your dog food. You're gonna put a period food
because it's like it's the farmer's dog, but it's like.
What is that? Is that like fan?
It's like a bag. It's one of those in a bag, and it like has his name on it. It's like
I've seen influencers eat that stuff, which to me means that it's
their dog. Their dogs eat the food.
No, I meant like influencers and their dogs are eating that food.
But you know what's funny? It's like this.
I've seen influencers with that.
Yeah, but I canceled it yesterday. Because I was going through some of my maybe it's because I knew I need to like cut down on my expenses, and now I'm for sure cutting down because that is crazy.
Is your dog, does it taste good for him? Like, does he love the food?
He loves it, and he has a lot of skin problems. I go like this. He has a lot of skin problems, so I think that this helps. But also,
you treat him like your baby.
Yeah,
and also king. Like he's a model. Essentially, he's like the coat is gorgeous. It's shining.
A beautiful boy. He loves his food.
Okay, I love that in your shopping thing. The dog comes second. That's how much you love your dog.
That's so funny.
You spent.
My priorities.
Yeah. Oh my god! Look at this picture. By the way, this is us. That was I download. Wait, we shouldn't be doing this.
Cute.
That was from that night. Okay, your food outings. I think this is interesting because we typically on our podcast do this where we break down like what kind of food you're buying when you're out, like at restaurants. I added up the totals of everything, and it's easy to read because everything is almost like in quarters. Like you have 25% of your food intake. It's the most you spend is on American food.
That's so sad.
Whether that's bar. I saw some McDonald's, honey, in there.
Wow.
I saw some
drunk nights.
25%.
It's American.
Wait, do you use the McDonald's app, or are you just like raw?
Was there a lot of McDonald's?
No, I don't know. Like a few, like not too crazy. Maybe like 2-3 times. But I was just curious. Like, are you using the apps because you could get free food?
I think it's because whenever I'm probably like drunk and I'm like French fries, like or like I think I'm remembering. I think there's one day where I was really hungover and I was like orange juice, like hash browns.
Wait, hold on. Let me see how much you spent on food. Your food and your total breakdown. You spent $1,678 for the 3 months. So that's not too bad. I don't think that's too bad at all. But the food. Okay, let me go back to your food. Alcohol and bar was your second at 23% of how much you're spending. And then your third is Japanese food. You spent $612. That's 23% of the money you spend on that. So these are mostly like 25%, 23%, 23%. The rest is miscellaneous, right? You have a 13%. I had to put your dog food in there. 13% of your intake is mostly like not intake. It's not your intake. Is dog food. You're spending this much money on dog food. It's like 13% of
it's so
that.
Expensive.
It's very expensive. I was kind of pissed at you for only buying. You only went to get Korean food one time.
Yeah. Do you know what though is sad? Is I mean, yes, I should be punished.
Okay, stutter.
And get in trouble.
Stutter much? Yeah.
Because I don't go to K-Town that often anymore.
You used to live there, right?
I used to live in K-Town before I moved to like East LA, and I don't get Korean food that often. And it's really sad. But like I'm right next to a little.
That you wouldn't drive another 10 minutes to get some home cooked.
It's fucked up.
I don't
like. I go to Little Tokyo a lot. I'm in Little Tokyo a lot. So
this has been the same thing. The last 3 guests we've had.
Yeah.
They don't go get Korean food.
Yeah.
And they talk about location, which is understandable.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that you need to go get Korean food.
For sure. I'm like sad that my highest thing is American food. I'm honestly not surprised it's Japanese food because I feel like
sushi.
Yeah.
So you are surprised by the amount of American?
I am surprised, but also maybe yeah. Because I feel in my heart that I eat mostly Asian food, but I guess
you know what? I feel like I don't like my friends buy me food a lot. Mm. Like I don't know if it's the same for you. Like I think if I were like this is not a real accurate depiction, except you're spending money on what really matters to you, which is obviously not Korean food. But when I go out with my friends,
Japanese
like
food.
my Korean food is like usually like my friends get me or something.
Korean food. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
like,
it's not showing on the paper.
Whatever. But yeah. So I also love that you spent more on dog food than you did on Korean food. That was supposed to be like the lead up to the joke, but it's not good anymore. So it's like whatever. Judy, I wanted to say you spend a good amount of your money on therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Therapy.
Sorry.
Wait, you're gonna say something.
Yeah, the last 6 months, me and Steffie have talked about therapy and a lot when we get together. But me, it's also a really good thing. So I feel like I've been really stressed the last few months, and me and my therapist, we kind of had a very healthy breakup, and it was so good though, because I feel like she could tell that she was like, you don't like it came from the most like loving, understanding place, but she was like, you're good right now, and I was like, I am good.
That's so amazing.
Yeah. And she was just like, I'm always here for you, but like I don't think we need to be doing this that often. And it was exactly how I have been feeling. And I was like, thank you.
I am really happy for you, and I'm so happy to know you're doing really well. Yeah, but there is a tinge of internal rage inside me about the fact that this is not the first time I've heard this. This is like the 3rd time my friend has told me this. Yeah. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? She has never had that. You know what's so funny? Because I've had these conversations with other people. I asked her like 2 weeks ago. I was like, hey, how
do you think we're doing?
Do you think like we need to take less like once I was like, I'm just curious because I know other people have, I heard that they're doing this and they're healthy and they're thriving, and she's like it's just a conversation if you feel like it. There was no like, I think you're ready, not even a close. She was more like yeah. I'm like, oh damn.
How often do you have?
Once a week.
Okay.
So but you know what, I do have a lot to work through. Yeah. And I don't have enough time with her. Like I feel like that's something, if you like know fun. You need to like if you know you have that many issues, you need to keep going, Steffie.
No, but like if you like need to like like get it out and talk about it and like have your brain, your Virgo brain to be like organized.
I think that's what it is, MINJI. I think
the Virgo in you needs like somebody to like go in and file your thoughts.
Everything, not even just thoughts. Like I need her to like, I'll talk to her and she's like you're in your head, right? Like I am with her. You're so right. That's exactly what I'm paying her for, is to tell me to like organize my life. She's like, organize your life, bitch. I'm like, oh, but I don't know how. I'm like, oh, but if I do it this way or that way, the colors don't. She's like, it's all about doing now. Do.
Straight up standard.
It's so funny. But I'm going to let you know when that moment comes and I'm going to be ecstatic. But I feel like it's going to take a while for me because I still need a lot of.
So that was good, that expense. But like now I'm like, okay, cool. Because I was like, she was amazing. And I think that was worth it.
Totally. Wait, hold on. I forgot to say you're the second person that's paid for for AI technology. We had our last guest and they use it for like editing like their work and stuff. I was wondering what you use AI for. You paid once. She paid one time $15 a while ago.
What was I trying to do? You know what? It's we were trying to come up with our logo. And I was trying to see if I could get inspired by not like use AI completely, but I don't think I was I needed somebody that actually knows how to like the proper way to like generate. Does that make sense? Because I feel like all of the words I was putting in was giving me like the dorkiest logos that were not cool at all. But like I have a friend who made her baby shower. Wait, I just have to show you because it's insane. Her and her fiance made their baby shower what is it called? Like invite with AI, and it was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But like, look at this.
Oh, that's really cool.
Her. Like they added, but I was like, how did you do?
Is that a picture of her that they put?
It looks exactly like her. Like that's crazy.
It's really pretty.
And it's gorgeous.
And yours look like.
And mine was literally like
99 cent shop.
It looked like a kid drew it like in first grade. So I did because I was trying to see if I could get some inspo in it.
You gotta ask her. Ask her how they did that.
I know I should have done that. I kind of forgot.
How do you make it? Did you? I could see you just like Googling. How to make this penguin look cool?
Yeah.
cool penguin. Yeah. That's so funny. Well, thank you so much for being here, and I'm sure our fans want to reach out. Possibly, do you want to plug anything in?
Yeah, my Instagram is at MINJI at MINJI. That's kind of the only thing. I have a TikTok, but it's just my dog. So we love the dog. It's well fed. Go check out the beautiful hair on it. But MINJI also has a clothing line coming out soon called Gumi, and our Instagram is gumi.us. On Instagram.
Gumi.
Gumi.us. So
you have to check out her beautiful pictures and the work that she does. Gorgeous. That's not even everything she posts, and she's just killing it. So you're gonna start if you've never seen her. First of all, like go outside, and if you do, now you'll know. Like, hey, that's my Cash Cutie friend Minji.
Oh my god, cute everywhere. Cash Cuties.
And I'm Steffie Baik. You could check me out on Baked Goods. BAIKEDGU. Why can't I say this? BAIKEDGUDS on Instagram. And you could go on my website, steffiebake.com. Check us out. And until next time, see you guys. Bye.
Bye.